What is that trying to be? um, let's go back to where we at the start had set up these dictionaries in the first place. It's not these; those ones are all static. Late dictionary. Well, no, yeah, I was gonna look up here because I figured it would be something related to this, but no. The only fact dictionary? No, I don't think fact dictionary resets like that. Font dictionary does not. Link dictionary, backlink, no, those don't. Participation dictionary? No, that's something different. Karma dictionary? No. Oh, that's so weird. Levant dictionary? Oh man, what was I thinking? Well, this is. I do want to update the uh, Gambit dictionary. um, oh man. 11. Oh man. What? What on earth? How on earth did that get there? Um, I mean, I could actually like go back through the every revision of this document back in source control and like find when it got added in, but I don't care. It was literally doing nothing, so it's at least safe to get rid of it. Whether it's safe to forget about it, that I'm not sure. All right, so Gambit dictionary. All right, so A list. Oh yeah, so one thing I don't know is like, what if people input like both like one and all? Whoa, what happened there? Uh, seriously? Sorry, sorry, crash, crash. Sorry. Uh, um, it's a key error, isn't it? Stupid key error. E key. Wait, what? For E key in event dictionary, name A key is not defined. Where? Oh, A key, E key, E key. Keys. Keys. It was Burger Kind. Burger Kind crashed the script. I'm technically not joking. Am I? No, I am technically joking. Okay, no, it wasn't literally Burger Kind. It could have been, and it wouldn't have been. Yeah, okay, but um, oh, it's neither of these things. It's not A key or E key. It's Event Dictionary Index E key. All right. So now not only will it not crash on this line, who knows, maybe it'll crash somewhere else, but it'll actually work correctly. How about that? All right, let's get back to the little event dictionary. Um, for for uh, for now, and then I'll restart the script again ASAP. Mhm. Oh yeah, I wonder how name tags are working. I want to pay attention to that. Maybe when I restart the script, I'll kick it into away mode because I want to see the end of an event. Yeah. Um, hmm. Um, so I was just thinking, like, I guess I don't want an event to last longer than 8 minutes because I was just thinking of like ways that like we can make events last longer, right? Like with the gambits and like the diagram, like this one here about like making it stretch out longer. But I don't want them to last more than 8 minutes actually, because if they last longer than 8 minutes, then it would be harder to tie them to specific environments because in environment you only stay in a given environment for 8 minutes. Like if we literally transitioned constantly from environment to environment, we would stay in an environment for 8 minutes, and then we would transition for 8 minutes, then we would stay in an environment for 8 minutes, then we would transition for 8 minutes. Like so, so I guess that's a goal. Maybe someday I'll be trying to crunch down the length of events. Maybe once we get to the 8 minute mark on the event, and like if I keep adding stuff to it, maybe then I'll eventually I'll feel the press in the other direction and want to like crunch down. But I guess that'll be a nice problem to have, I guess. Um, uh, no, it'll be a terrible problem to have, but I can worry about it later. um, okay. Maybe I'll never worry about it. Maybe everything will just work out great. Maybe. Alright, so this part we don't care about the event dictionary. We added the Gambit dictionary resetting there. Yeah, so, oh, voices, no, we don't technically care about, well, I don't know. I might want to, I might want some way, like, kind of like what we do with voice data, how, like, it shows up on screen, like, during an event, I can see on screen, like, how the event is going, like, which way it's shifting. But, I might want to do something like that with Gambit data eventually, but that's not a priority. And I might not. I might not care. Like, cause like, yeah, it's like the event type doesn't change. Well, no, I don't know. I guess it could be interesting. We'll see. All right. So, um, yeah. Let's. So. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. I felt the yawn coming on. I just. I'm sorry. Um. So if event on Peaky, yeah, I don't need to be like looking through every instance of event dictionary because I can very deliberately go to the two places that we set up the yeah the like act search or whatever. I should be going back here because like right, so we are filtering for those things, the mute list, but we are not yet actually annotating the Gambit dictionary or updating the Gambit dictionary based on what we get there. So like, yeah, that's what I don't. I guess like I could just do the same thing that I do with oh yeah. All right, yeah. So I'll just say so yeah, I'll just do the same thing with that I do with or I could do the opposite. Like I could make it the last one that you use instead of the first one. No, I'll make it the first one. Cuz like if someone says like in chat like if they say like you know like like one for all, like this is both of the Gambit words, like that does not compute, like I don't know what to do with this. um so I think I'll just say like for I in range length act search I don't know, this is kind of a silly way to do it, but whatever. um we'll just say if I in or if act search I oh yeah, well I was gonna say in mute list, but that doesn't work because I don't want everything in the mute list to become a Gambit automatically. So I'll just say if action sim plus one um, then then Gambit dictionary index, what is it, the name, are we going by name here? I think we're going by, yeah, name. Name dot, no, not dot anything, equals equals uh, action symbol plus one. Do, do, do. Yeah, and then else if else if action symbol blah 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 all, then Gambit dictionary blah 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 all. Sure. So we just go with the first one. Oh, the script's still down. I should bring the script back up. Oh, and yeah, and I was gonna put it in away mode, and I was gonna watch the outcome, or the name tags at the outcome of the event. I mean, just watching it once isn't gonna be the definitive. It's not gonna give us like a super definitive answer as to whether it's like 100% fixed forever in all ways. But oh, you know what I keep forgetting to do is I keep forgetting to make the I keep forgetting to change the layout of this. So I'm just gonna do it now before I forget. Which is really simple. I'm just gonna say, I basically just have to change two numbers, right? I just have to say the command text, which is not really the command box anymore. I should probably rename that, but whatever. We're just gonna set this one to be height. So right now this one's height 10 and the other one's height 16. I'm gonna set this one to like height 8 because this one really does not need to be tall at all. I might even go lower. I might even go like 5 because I want it to be really short. Oh, 5 would be half the height of this one. Wait, let me see. How many? So wait, so let's say, so what's 140 characters? Sorry, I'm just gonna, Firefox. I think this is monospaced. I think the text in these boxes is monospaced. So, like, I basically want to stop at 140 characters most of the time. So, like, it's like, what's 140 characters? Alright, that's 140 characters. So, how much does that, yeah, so, I actually don't want to go longer than this. So, yeah, like, this actually would fit in, like, if the height was 5, like, that'd actually be fine. And, like, if I make the height 5 and I feel like going longer, then I can go longer. But, yeah, let's say, yeah, let's say, so it was 10 and 16, right? So let's say 5 and 21 instead. So this will be 5, and this will be 21. This one will be nice and tall, because that way we can see, I don't know, in case voice data gets, like, very populated. I probably won't want it actually to be that long. I'll probably want it to be shorter than that. I'll probably want it to be, yeah, no, I probably don't even want it to be longer than, like, wait. Let's look at it. No, that might be okay, because, like, this one is 16. Well, this is probably too much information, to be honest. Like, this whole business is... Oh, shoot, I was not paying attention to the name tags. Shoot. I get distracted really fast. It takes me, like, no time to get distracted. So that's fun. Alright, yeah, whatever. This is fine. So, like, I'll try 5 and 21, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, whoops, we're still in away mode, aren't we? Well, that's fine. The script was down for a while, so just making up for lost time. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this text so I don't accidentally submit it. And, yeah. Alright. I can make this panel slightly narrower. The awkward thing about it is that it just doesn't fit on the side of the screen. Like, it's just slightly too wide for fitting off screen. But I don't know. It's fine. Yeah, whatever. Okay. What was I doing? I was doing Gambit-y stuff, right? Right, okay, so now we're actually populating the Gambit dictionary. We're populating and resetting the Gambit dictionary. We're just not really doing anything with it yet. Oh, the timing. The timing of events. I've kind of been avoiding, like, tackling that, but this might be the point at which I kind of want to. I might just want to, like rethink how I do a lot of this stuff. Because it's a little gnarly right now, and it's about to get gnarlier. Like, if I have these, like, half points in the events. Because, like, I don't know. I guess it's fine to, just schedule the, well, yeah, no, it's actually, no, it's not that complicated. For the automated system, it's all on a schedule, like, right? It's just, there's, like, fixed durations, and so, like, we can just always have, like, I don't know, like we can set a variable for like how, like when we want the gambit to occur, or like when we want the gambit to calculate, and when we want the, yeah. So no, this is actually going to be fine, and we can literally even just schedule the gambit because for the automated system, hmm, I think I can conclude the automated events. I'm pretty sure my conclude event button can manually conclude an automated event, which is slightly funny. I'll just have to make sure that like if I use the scheduling system for the gambit calculation, then I'll just want to make sure that the by manually ending the event, I clear that up, or like that it resolves itself automatically or nicely in some way. Um, why did I resist putting the events on the scheduling system? I think I think partly because of away mode. Away mode is a little awkward with with how there's like basically like two schedules. They're like, well, no, I did put epilogues on the scheduling system, and epilogues. I think I just hmm. I guess I don't really have a good reason why I didn't put the events on the schedule. Hmm. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna do it now though. I think I can do it. I could do it if I wanted to. I'm not going to do it right now, like I said, but it's not that I couldn't. It's just that I haven't yet. I guess. I think it's on the day that I set up the scheduling system. I'd spent all day scheduling things and like just putting things onto the scheduling system. And by the time I was done with like literally everything else in the project, I was just like, all right, I'm just holding. I'll get to the rest of it later. um. So, yeah. All right. So, right. It's like, huh. Yeah. I guess we'll just say. So we'll go to the. So it won't be like part of the init half of the scheduling system. It'll be. How often does this happen in terms of scheduling? It happens. Anim happens every zero point 0.5 seconds. Um, and it's huge. I'm still looking at it. What happens after voices comes right after anim, right? Because voices happens every, or no, stream data happens every 2 seconds. Voices happens every 10 seconds. Um, event points happens every minute. Check fade happens every what, like 5 minutes. Growth happens every like 45 minutes. So it'll go here because it'll probably happen approximately every 16 minutes. I think is roughly the interval. So elif do now index 1 equals calculate, I'll just say like calc gambit. Uh, and so this is where we process all the gambit data and we set the event type accordingly. So I'm going to have to rethink how these buttons, like these radio buttons on the this control panel work, because right now, well, I guess I don't. Well, no, I mean basically what I'm doing is I'm giving up some control. Like it's no longer entirely my responsibility to choose the event type. Oh, so for one thing, yeah, I can make adlib. So yeah, so what this control panel will actually look like for me, or for the administrator once I'm done changing like the system, I'll be able to choose the category. Like I can choose, category. The three different categories that we have. Like right now, like 0 and 1 are a category, 2 and 3 are a category, 4 and 5 are a category. So I'll have three buttons to represent, those categories, and then adlib will be a Oh, well, huh? Yeah, adlib will just be a separate one. I don't know. Just over the past few days, like running ad libs manually, like I did kind of get used to like picking the event type myself, but um, I don't know. I guess that's fine to give it up. I just got used to it, I guess. But yeah, no, the system that I'm implementing, I was implementing it specifically so that it would work with the prescripted events. But I guess it does. It would make like it'd be crazy to have it work that way for the prescripted events and then not for the live events. um, yeah. All right. I guess that's fine. It'll just work like that. And that's actually much simpler. Um, oh, I will still need it to be changeable though. Oh, yeah. So, so yeah, it might not be exactly like I just described it because I will still like one thing that happens a lot when I'm doing events like through this system, like the fixed action events through this system, I forget to set the button and like right now I have it so that I can change the button in case I had it on the wrong one, and I'll probably want to retain that somehow. So I won't be able to change whether the event was ad lib or not. Like that is not something I can change. So I might just want to like instead of having like the explicit ad lib button, like the way it works for the chat GM is that at like whether it's ad lib or not is determined by the number of uh, action tags in the event. So maybe I should just switch to that system, maybe because otherwise having the ad lib button, like the ad lib button, it's a little weird to have it as a check box versus the radio buttons, but it's also a little weird to have it as a radio button. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That doesn't affect you guys anyways, so uh, that's just me. Um, all right, let's do what now? Let's say so for calculating gambits. I mean, the first thing that we do is we just tally it up. So we say so for p key in gambit dictionary, we will say or dot keys. We will say uh, I guess we need like a we need so like event type dictionary equals new dictionary. So uh, if p key in event type dictionary, it's not really event type. So I'll just call it like move dictionary or something. Or like, yeah, I don't know, move dictionary. Uh, so if p key in move dictionary dot keys, we'll say we'll say move dictionary index p key plus equals 1. It's very relatively straightforward. Else uh, else move dictionary equals 1, because that's the case where it doesn't exist yet. The entry doesn't exist yet. Yeah. And then we just so now based on the move dictionary we can just figure out like what's the ratio. I guess we could start with ratio, like we do slanted ratios, like so like we could so yeah, so like what's like let's look at a bell curve real quick, like a statistically even distribution bell curve. Bell curve. Normal distribution. What? I don't want to book on it. Thanks though. Thanks for the book. Um, so, um, yeah. What I guess like I don't really need to be looking at references because I can just figure this out or like recall it out of my brain meats. But like I'm trying to remember what is like the what is like basically I don't want to cut like the 0 to 100% into thirds or like sixths. I want to cut I want to cut the the area under the bell curve into sixths. So like it's like the bell curve is really meaty in the center. So like these would be relatively thin slices in the center, and then but then it gets really narrow at the end. So like on the end you'd have to cut off like a big whole triangle on the end in order to get like because like basically like if the yeah like it's much less like the outliers like 100% in either direction are much less statistically they're statistically unlikely. Well, actually that's hard to say because like we're not literally just flipping a coin. This is like people doing things. So I don't know. Hmm. I don't know if I even want it to just be like a ratio. I don't know if I even just want it to be like the ratio of like one versus all. I mean like the other thing I was thinking of doing is like making it like the difference. Uh or maybe I don't know, maybe I'll do like some combination. Like I was thinking like it would be uh like the like it would literally just be like clicks so like so right so it starts like let's say it starts in the let's say like so let's type that if it was clicks let's say it randomly starts on either 0 or 1 and let's say for each click it like just moves like so for each vote it moves like just one click in either direction. So if it gets a vote it moves a click in this direction. If it gets another vote it moves a click like in this direction. Like let's say it gets a one vote so it moves over here. Let's say it gets an all vote it moves back here. Let's say it gets another all vote it moves over here. And then like it just like so basically it'd be like the difference, right? It'd just be basically like the end result. Like if you get two more one votes than all votes, then it would end up here. If you get uh, you know, if you get three more all votes than one votes, it ends up here. And anything outside that difference, huh? Hmm. But then like that would make it like so that it's almost always 2 and 4. I think like in that case, I think it would almost never end up as like 3, 0, or 1. So maybe I'll just put in like maybe I'll just like put in boundaries that I think are like roughly correct, and then we'll see like you know how often are these things actually coming up. I could even like do data mining. Like I can even like or I could even slant it, right? I mean like if we're maybe like maybe the maybe like if we get a if like if the previous event was like event type 2, then maybe it's like harder to get event type 2 again. Maybe I don't know. We can do a lot of things, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Um, it'd be easier if this was like all binary, because then uh, that's a lot clearer. It's a lot easier for something that's binary to get balanced out. Although I don't even know if that's true. It might be that event type 1 is so much more popular than event type all that like the needle always spins in that direction. Um, yeah, maybe it'll be like I don't know. Like I said, I want it. Huh. Maybe it's okay. Actually, maybe it's okay if the needle keeps falling to either direction. Because, like, the random events, the ones in the center, like, those are supposed to not happen as often. Yeah, so maybe I do want to bias the needle in either direction. And, so maybe, like, well, so, okay. I kind of like that because, so the funny thing about that is that, the optimal position for these for the needle is actually at 3 or 5. 3 or 5, you have with event types 3 and 5, you have control over your actions. You have control over whether your actions succeed or not. You know, because with 0 and 1, like, you have no control. It's like your actions succeed or not, just based on just literally randomness. If you get it to 3, you can control your fate by making sure you pick an action. You know, based like if you're paying attention. Yeah. Okay. No, this is, I don't know. I think this is kind of fun because well, no, actually, I guess event type 2. Yeah, I guess that's the part where it gets slightly unbalanced. Is that event type 2 I think is easier than event type 4. Um, Not necessarily though. Yeah, three and 5 are kind of like the like the targets, because like in event types 2 and 4, like you can yeah, event types 2 and 4. Whoa, I hadn't really thought about it that way. Event types 2 and 4 are the ones where you can just completely fail. You can completely fail event types 2 and 4. Event types, can you completely fail event type 5? I don't think so. You can partially fail it, but you can't completely fail it. Event type 3 is impossible. Wow, yeah, okay. So I guess like I guess kind of like the goal, as the player's goal in adjusting the event type, is to get it to 3 or 5. Because with, I don't know. Yeah. All right. So I feel better about the. I feel better. So maybe I'll make 3 and 5 like not that hard to hit. Like maybe the middle range, like the random range in the middle, will be relatively narrow because I don't actually want it to turn out random too often. And then the 3 and the 5 will be not that hard to hit. They'll be pretty beefy. But then the 2 and the 4s will represent like that dangerous range on the end where things get like very draconian and very like extreme. Like all of a sudden it's like yeah, it's just very severe as to whether you will win or fail. Although if you if you have the coordination to like spin the dial all the way to one side or the other, then maybe you do have the coordination to pull off that event as well. So maybe I should make those events. Maybe I should make those events like pay out higher. Like have like a make them slightly more rewarding. Uh, yeah, that's the other thing that it was occurring to me is about event types 0 and 1 is with event types 0 and 1, they don't pay out the same. Like, well, yeah, with event types 0 and 1, like okay, so with event type 0, the average payout is in an ad lib event. It's technically it's either, well, hypothetically, if in an ad lib event there is only one action tag, then the payout would be 100%. If there was 3 action tags though, which is the more common scenario, I think it's actually going to be like the common scenario, and the other scenarios are going to be like extremely uncommon. You actually only have a 33% expected payout. In event type 1, you have a 50% expected payout. So I should either bring down the expected payout of 1 to match. Basically, I should bring them in line. Um, I could very easily bring the expected payout of event type 0 to 50% just by, all they have to do is in the case of that there are 3 actions, instead of just having one perfect and the others are like not, I could have one perfect, one nice, and one not. Um, and then the expected payouts for both would be 50%. Although, like if I was going to make it so that the ends of this curve have higher payouts, then I could bring them down to 33% in the middle. And like so that way with rent the way I would do that is like I would just change the, so because right now you either get like nice, perfect, or not in event type 1 for each action. I don't think it's literally evenly. I think you're actually like statistically most likely to get nice, and then there's a chance you get not, and there's a chance you get perfect. But I could just like adjust those values so that like just like change like the thresholds and like get it to an average payout of 33%. Um, so yeah, uh, and then so then maybe like yeah, and then I could I don't know. I won't worry too much about the numbers now, but I do kind of like that as an idea, I guess. Um, okay. So, I might not go crazy with that though, because actually, as soon as it occurred to me that like I could make the payouts higher in the end, I lost the thing that I liked, whereby like the complete extremes are like, I don't know. We'll see. We can figure that out later. What was I doing here? Oh yeah, right. Because I do have to make those calculations now. So I think for now I will just go ratios. I will just go like like the needle goes based on like if like 100% of the if like 100% of the vote was like in one direction, then it goes 100% of the way in that direction. If 50% of the vote was one way and 50% was the other way, then it stays like relative in the middle, and like some variations in there. Okay. Well, uh, no, I was gonna say there is one other I could make this data instead of just like single dimensional like on like a single axis. I could make it like because like I could consider non-participation like a form of participation, and then technically there are like three things that how what would that do? I don't think I necessarily like that. No, I don't think that really helps because I was just thinking like well, if I was gonna do the other axis sort of thing, then I can make it so that yeah, if I was gonna do the what was it? If I was gonna do like the other like the multiple axis sort of thing, I can make it a triangle where like so instead of like having it like this, I could have like I could have it like a triangle where like basically so like you start at like zero. That's not a six. That's supposed to be a zero. You start at like zero, or like non-participation is basically like in the zero direction, and then like one action brings you so like one like the action using the action tag that is the word one brings you in this direction, and using the action tag in the word all brings you in this direction, and so like so then like the I don't know. So then, like, we could have like trients. What's the we could have like three quadrants, not quadrants, because quad says means four, but like I don't know. So then, like the amount of participation, and it wouldn't be exactly like that because it'd be like because there'd be a lot of non-participation, but we could do something like this, like so like if you get like this much participation, or if you get like any you know I don't know. We could do it like that, and then we could have the other axis for like zero, so like zero versus one, and like two versus three, and like that was supposed to be a three. That was trying to be a three, and like four versus five. That could be like on a completely other axis. I don't know. All these things are relatively easy to change, so I'll just for now I'll just go with I'll just pick one. Go with that. Okay. So for no, not for. Yeah. I mean, we know what the possible inputs are here, so we can just say so like if yeah, so we can just say like if I mean, the first things that we can check for are the extremes. So like if action symbol uh, plus all not in move dictionary, like if literally no one chose to, if no literally no one chose all, uh, or if so we have to check that first because we can't reference move dict index action symbol plus all. instead of saying action symbol plus all like a million times, I should probably I should probably like define these somewhere. Whoops. Oh, I have no clue what that was. I have no clue what that is. It pops up every now and again. I assume it's my computer just doing something important, or I don't know. All right, so action symbol. Right, I'm gonna go define these someplace. I don't have to keep. So I don't have to keep saying them again and again. So where's the mute dictionary or the mute list? I'll just go put it next to them. So mute list. Yeah, let's say. So like one equals action symbol plus one, and then or plus the string one, and then all equals action symbol sim spelled correctly plus all. Not that sim is actually a word, or it might be a word. I don't know. So mute list is going to start as one and all. Come one, come all. I've been in the habit of convincing myself that ideas are good late at night. Like I can late at night I convince myself that I've had a good idea, and then when I wake up the next day I'm like, that idea was a good idea. I guess. I mentioned this just because a lot of the features, pretty much all the features I've been working on this week have been of that category, and like, I hope that I hope late at night tired myself is actually a good judge of stuff, because I've been trusting him so far with this stuff. Wait, what? Oh yeah, all. Yeah, this is the last case that I was looking for. Is down. Oh yeah, here. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Right. So again, this is another place where I can just reference them by this new symbol. I don't know. As far as I can tell, the ideas that I've had this week have been good ideas. As far as I can tell. Time will tell. Time will prove that more so than I can. But let's do what? Let's I don't know. Okay, so if all not in move dictionary keys or move dictionary all, yeah. So if it's if oh, I guess I actually won't do this yet. Hey, Lumpex, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, no, I'll just right. I'm actually gonna, before I do that. So if so I'll say, so okay, so how am I gonna do this? Um, yeah, so we'll say like event type equals 0. Are we using this variable? Or no, we'll say event type equals we can just initialize it to be like it equals random dot rand int 0 1, because in the case that, yeah, I guess there is the case that like there is no data. In the case that there is no data, we'll just use like 0 or 1. Oh, right, and then actually the thing that we're calculating here is going to be based on whether the event is actually adlib or otherwise, because, yeah, in the case that this is a not adlib, in the case that this is fixed action, we'll actually want to have the shift happen very differently. So yeah, Lumpvex, we're basically working on a system whereby players can like influence the event type. You can basically change the rules of the game like as it's playing. Um, and I still haven't figured out exactly how this works, but that's the idea for the system, and we'll we're in the process of putting it together to see what we can do with this crazy notion. Um, so uh, so for p key in right, so we're so far we're checking, yeah, we're going through the dictionary, we're checking all that good stuff. Event type. So I guess yeah, no, I really shouldn't be figuring out event type yet. What I should be figuring out is like ratio or something it's like move ratio or something. I don't know. Move ratio, and so it won't start as that. It will start as uh, we'll start it as like uh yeah. We'll say 49.5 49.5 plus this divided by 100. So it either starts as 49.5% or 50.5%. So it's like it starts out like on one side of the needle or the other. So if we don't have any data, it'll just like arbitrarily tip to one side or the other. Um, and right. And so then we'll say so if all not in move dictionary dot keys, in that case move ratio ratio equals so all, I guess arbitrarily we'll say all is 100. Well, yeah, right. So we'll say all is 100 or 1, and well, oh wait, all is 1. Or no, wait, no. If all not in, that means 1. So 1 is 0, all is 1. I'm not trying to name these in a confusing manner. It just comes very naturally to me. Um, so so then otherwise if so else if uh, oh wait, no, that's not gonna play it quite right. Yeah, now how do I want to do this? I guess like, yeah, it won't just be like flat if statements. It'll be so if all not in move dictionary dot keys, then we actually then have to check if well, no, yeah, so even before we make that assignment statement, we have to check if if one not in move dictionary dot key. Oh no, you know what we can do is we can actually just ask if move dictionary. Yeah, right. So we can just say right. Instead of checking like which is which first off, before we can do that, we can well, let's check. Let's just check if move dictionary, if the length of move dictionary dot keys, um, if length of move dictionary dot keys equals 1. If there's exactly only one thing in move dictionary dot keys, then we can say if. Well, I guess I shouldn't have deleted that because then we'll say if all in. Hey, that's the new follower noise. Junior Dimple. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. um, all right, so then in this case we'll say if all in move dictionary dot keys. I mean, we could also say move dictionary dot keys index 1 or index 0 because we know it's length 1, so there only is the 1, but whatever. So this is the case where we can say move ratio equals wait, all. So in the case of 1, or so yeah, so if all in move ratio, then move ratio or move dictionary dot keys move ratio equals else, and we don't have to check because if it's length 1 and it's not all, then it has to be 1. So then in that case we can say move ratio equals 0. Okay, so yay! Lucky guess, I guess. Okay. Um, so I right. So then we have the else case to whether the length of move dictionary equals one, because we'll have to check if it equals two. That's the arguably the more interesting one, or the one with a little more action. Uh, and by a little more action, all I really mean is like a touch of calculation. So we'll say in this case we'll say move we spelled correctly move ratio equals the float. Oh yeah, actually, I'll just make these floats up front so that I can do float math on them, and they'll know that they're floats. Okay, so move ratio equals what does it equal? It equals all votes. It equals move dictionary index all divided by move dictionary one. Hey, congratulations to those of you who leveled up. Oh, Lauren leveled up. Look at Lauren. Lauren is a pirate. Look at Lauren. Look at Lauren, the winged pirate. Oh, Lauren's the character that's flashing right now. He's probably in lurker mode. I'm just sorry. I was just excited because he's a pirate. Pirates are exciting. Well, he's like a farmer pirate. He's like a farm pirate, a pirate farmer. Whenever I say pirate farmer, I always picture someone like who cultivates pirates, someone who like tills the land to grow pirates. All right. Sorry. All right. So move dictionary all plus move dictionary one. So yeah, and then yeah. Oh, whoops! This is supposed to be in parentheses because the addition is taking precedence over the division. All right. Yeah. So good then. Good and stuff. Good stuff, in fact, and whatnot. So what what do we do with this now? Move ratio. So yes, now we have two separate cases. So if curev dot adlib, then we'll set the event type just based on oh, you know what's funny is that I have to go back and re-author like pretty much every event in the history of events in this game, which is going to be slightly interesting because I don't know what I'll do about like the events that I didn't write. I might just have to follow up with the authors, because yeah, yeah. So the thing about this new system is that hypothetically, like you can shift an event 5 to become an event 4, but if you shift an event 5 to become an event 4, then now that event can suddenly fail, whereas previously event 5s could never fail. So, and the same thing with event types 2 and 4, 2 and 3. Event types 3 could never fail before, but now they can. The game that we're working on right now is also what's happening on the bottom of the screen. I call it Side Quest, and it's like if you were playing like Dungeons and Dragons on Twitch, kind of, is like how it goes, kind of. Trusty Bard, who you probably saw in chat talking about stuff. Trusty Bard is the storyteller for Side Quest. So to play, check out or like keep an eye on what he says in chat, because that'll give you an indication of what's happening in the game. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions about it too. Right now I'm working on a system where you can basically change the rules of the game while the game is running, or like while like in the middle of an event you can basically change. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it exactly because it's not done. Like I don't know. This is like a crazy idea that I had. last night, and I'm just kind of going with it. Like right now, there are a bunch of different event types in the game, and the numbers, like, I don't know, they're a little weird. They probably seem random, but like basically I took the 6 different event types, which are numbered like 0 through 5, and I just laid them out in like an order on a spectrum, and now we're making it so that there's like a needle, and you can like push it like in like various directions, and you can actually like change the thank you. So we're also like events. We're very like our events are very straightforward right now. They start and then they run for a duration and then they conclude. But we're gonna add in this like midpoint, I think. So like now at the midpoint of the event is when you. So like previously, like you had the event, and during the event you could choose actions, and actions would change the outcome of the event. Um, what we're going to set up after we get the when we get this working, we're going to set it up so that halfway through the event now, it calculates the results of these gambits, as I've been calling them. So players can take these gambits, and at the midpoint, it's calculated, like the results of the gambit are calculated, and that's what determines the event type. The event continues to run for a little while longer, because then players can respond to the change in the event type and try and accommodate, because like different event types have like different rules as to like how the events play. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I hope. But yeah, so the thing that was occurring to me is that like for all of the events that we have currently written for the game, there's like, depending on the event type, there are like different oops, where am I going? There's like there are different possible outcomes. Oops, where am I going? Based I cannot click today. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, so like I'll just open a bunch of these, I guess. So like yeah, like this event like doesn't have like a neutral, or no, this one does. Yeah, so like event type 2, it has like a failure condition, it has like a win condition, and it has a win condition for each of the possible outcomes, or each of the possible actions. Um, what's an example of an event type that doesn't have? Yeah, so this is event type 3, which is very similar, except it doesn't have a failure condition. So for all the event type 3s in the game, there are no failure conditions written. So yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah. So I guess the one thing that was occurring to me is, which is I'm not super excited about, but I guess it's just kind of like a fact of like how this new system is going to work, is that I just have to go back and write all of those missing lines, because like previously it never made sense that anything, like I never accounted for those outcomes because they were previously impossible. But I think so yeah, right. So by unlocking those, I'll need to go figure out what to do in all of those scenarios, which they're not that many, but I think there's probably like at least like 40 or so at this point, 40 or 50. There's a lot. And then some of them, not all of them were written by me. Some of them like players wrote, anyone who feels like it can write an event for the game. Although now is like a really dangerous time to do that, because I don't know what I'm doing to events. Like I'm clearly changing the nature of events, and I don't know how. Or it's not 100% clear how. So um, all right. So what we're setting up now is like the gambits have greater or lesser effect, or like what the gambits affect is slightly different based on the extent. Excuse me. The extent to which a gambit can affect the event type is based on whether the event is an ad lib or not. In ad lib events, like players make up their own actions. Like players can choose like any action, like it's blue sky, like creativity encouraged, like do what you want, sort of situation. Whereas in excuse me, in in the sorry, I was looking at the art at the bottom of the screen, and I got completely distracted. I just saw like the name tags, because we just came from the river. The name tags were showing up super blue, and they were on top of the forest. And it was just occurring to me, like if I felt like it, I could like actually dynamically change the color of the name tags. I really don't need to do that, but it was occurring to me I could dynamically change the color of the name tags based on the position that the world environment is through its transition from environment to environment and the position of the character on screen. Again, I really don't need to be doing any of that, but it just that's why I kind of like zoned out from that sentence. Right. So in the case of AdLib, the event type category can completely change. Uh, or the event type, yeah, the event type category, all of that can completely change. So I guess we'll just set up like yeah. So there are literally 6 cases here. So we have like so if move ratio is less than or equal to, I'll just less than, I'll just say less than what will this be? This will be like uh lower so this will be like extreme or like, so this will be like gambit uh range far or something. And this is a value that doesn't exist yet. I'll have to make sure this exists. If move ratio is less than gambit range far, then curev dot type equals oh yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely have to I just do oh yeah, okay. No, you know what we need to do? For AdLib, this is fine. We can just we can just set the event type right here. But for the other event type, for non-AdLib events, for fixed action events, we'll need to basically just set a different value because I can, yeah, it's weird. Like with my secret control panel, I can change the event type category like separately from this, and I want to retain that power. So we don't actually calculate the full event type for fixed event whatever's. We can all right. I'll have to. Yeah, no, that won't be difficult. It's just weird, but okay. So curve in this case, this is the case. So curve type equals 2. Yes, and then else if move ratio is less than or equal to gambit range near, then curev dot type equals 3. Gambit range near is not a thing either. I should make these things before I forget. So let's go up to the same place that we have like the mute list, and the same place we define these values. So so we'll say gambit range far and gambit range near. So far will, I don't know, far will equal, like for starters, let's say let's just say 33%. Let's just say 33% for now. Or so yeah, let's just say 1.0 divided by 3. And oh wait, no, it'd be divided by 6. Divided by 6. Actually, I might just do like I might do like divided by 5 or something. It's like 20%. So like 0.2. Because like 0.2 is actually really hard to get to. It's not that hard to get to actually. So yeah, maybe I'll just do I'll just do 1.0 divided by 6 for starters. That's fine. And then for near, I guess I'll just do 2.0 divided by 6. I guess. Um, hmm. All right, and then yeah, let's oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to like yeah, it's not really vital what I choose those values to be, because uh, I'll like I can tune those really easily. Like I can tune them around to uh, you know, based on like how it feels once I implement that stuff. I can like oh yeah, yeah, wait. Oh yeah, so what I was gonna do, so I distracted myself from what I was doing here. Is yeah, so move ratio. I'm actually gonna yeah, after we set move ratio, I'm gonna put in that little piece of variance, that little bit. So I'm just gonna say like move ratio. Uh, so like after we calculate, so move ratio will start out as 0.5, and then after the stuff, move ratio. I'm gonna say plus equals. So what it'll be? It'll be like random int uh, 0, 1 minus 0.5 divided by no, just yeah, minus 0.5. Yeah, or I don't need parentheses. So move ratio, yeah. So no matter where it lands, there's going to be a coin flip. And the reason for that is because I'm using like the boundaries. I'm using like round boundaries. And so if like the vote ever lands exactly on a boundary, I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to always turn one way. I want it like it to be a 50-50 chance that it goes either way. Um, yeah. Uh, Not a huge deal, but there you have it. Okay. So, actually, maybe I shouldn't do like a whole 0.5. Maybe I should do this like divided by another number to make it like smaller. Divided by 2. So it'd be like 0.25 in either direction. 0.25 of a vote would only represent an entire vote in the case that 400 people were voting. But that is still, I don't know. So I might as well just make it really small, like 0.8. And then, I mean, technically there is like a number of votes for which this like number still lands exactly on a boundary. But if I make that number really big, uh, then it'll be statistically very unlikely. Like those boundaries will become less relevant. Like if it was like if this number was huge, then it'd be like with two voters, like you get a weird bias going on. But now it needs to be like there's like oh maybe I should just use a weird number. Yeah, maybe it doesn't have to, actually yeah maybe it doesn't have to be an especially small number. It just has to be like an especially weird number. So like maybe I'll just like divide it by like 8.012381. I don't know. Just like so now no matter yeah, I don't know. That's fine. I'm gonna call that fine. And it's I don't know, it's with flow precision too, so who knows what exactly is gonna happen. But that's all right, whatever. Okay, so what are the other cases here? So else if move ratio so if move ratio is okay, so then the next one to check is else if move ratio is less than 0.5, then Kurev dot type equals what is it in this case 2 0. I know this is like the order of these event types is really random, like 2 3 0, but it's based on the same like ordering that I came up with, where like this is basically like if you know what the event types mean, this makes a lot more sense. But for now, it seems kind of random. All right, so curve type equals 0. So then else if move ratio is less than 0.5 plus, or no, actually no, it'd be like 1 minus gambit range near gambit range near. Then this is when curve dot type equals curve type equals 1, and I can just like, yeah, and then the last one is just else. Oops, nope, not like that. Nope, not like that either. Like that. Okay. And then so this one is what? This one's 5, and then this one is curve dot type equals 4 is the last one. And this is not near, this is far. All right, cool. And then okay, so yeah, so we do something different in the case that this is not adlib. In the case that this is not adlib, we have to come up with like another variable that we're just going to track. I mean, actually, oh yeah, right, because this is, oh. Actually, this might be the juncture at which we, yeah, no, this is actually, oh no, I lied. We do choose the event type here. We just choose it differently. Right, no, because this is, yeah, okay, right. Right, okay, because this is the point where we lock in the event type. So even though, like I was saying before, on my secret control panel, I retain like the capacity to like change the event type leading up to this point, this is the point where I'm locking in the event type. So, right, so no, we can still set it here. So yeah, the difference is we're going to say, in this case, we're going to say, so, so yeah, I guess we'll start out by saying like, so if curve dot type equals so I can actually I mean, I guess we can just say if curve type is less than or equal to 1, then it's event type category 0. I don't know, whatever. But this is one event type category, and then there's the else if curve dot type is less than or equal to 3, then it's another type of category, and then the last one is else. It's yeah, because the thing that we're going to do here is we're going to say if move ratio is greater than if move ratio is greater than 0.5, it'll do one thing, and then else it'll do another thing, except this is supposed to be indented. What's wrong with my indentation? Like, I'm having, I don't know, it's giving me like the weirdest indentation. Like the auto indentation thing is giving me the weirdest results today. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I made a weird mistake somewhere and it's like throwing off the indentation sensors or whatever. Alright, so if move ratio is 0.5, so this is the case where curve dot type equals 0, and then curve type equals 1. Curve type equals 1, and then yeah, so we'll do this in each of these cases, except in this case we're deciding between curve type equals equals 2 or cur of type equals 3. And this is the case where cur of type equals... Oh, am I doing this in the correct order? Probably not. Yeah, I probably have one of these at least wrong. Wait, move ratio... Oh no, this is the one that has to change. Yeah, so this one's 5, 4. So it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Again, because like weirdness and stuff. Right, this is correct, right? Because it's basically just these in a different order. Yeah, because like it's like 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. I just had to do it in a different order this time because I was doing the cur of type less than or equal to business, which is slightly awkward, but whatever. Okay, so now we have the event type. We now know what the event type is, and the next step is to take action according to the event type. Trusty Bard's going to chime in here. Trusty Bard is going to say something to indicate the event type. Like for each event type, Trusty Bard is going to have like something to convey, like, you know, what to do. Like what's your so he'll probably he'll probably like give some indication about like what is the event type. Like he'll say something telling so that you know, like like maybe so he'll say something like, I don't know, like better pick one or something. Like if you're trying to choose a single one, he'll indicate like oh, he'll give you some, like, yeah. So I mean, like the two basic strategies are like to like, hone in on a singular thing, or to like spread your... Oh. You know what else is an interesting statistic? Is whether people change their action after the event type is decided. This might be the this might be the return of initiative. Not really. Way back in the day, like a long, long time ago, it used to be the case that if you responded to the event within like the first like 30 seconds or something, you got like a bonus. And I took that out. But it was just occurring to me, like, we could make it that you score slightly higher for answering in the first, for locking in your vote and for not changing your vote in the second half. Like once the event, I don't know if I necessarily want to do that, but it could be fun. All right, let's. Sorry, I initiative bonus. I think initiative bonus. I'm pretty sure the code for initiative bonus is actually still in here somewhere, and I just commented out because like I kept thinking like, oh, maybe I'll bring that back someday. Maybe I'll bring that back. I'm never gonna bring it back, but I just kept thinking maybe I would, and so it's like it's lived in the project for for months now. Just commented out. All right. All right. So what actually? Let's say. Okay. So this is another else, like if else if else if else if else if. So and that's because we don't have switch statements in Python. Womp womp. All right. So if cur ev type ev dot type equals 1 or equals 0, because we need a case for literally. Do we need a case for literally each of them? Yeah, we do need one for literally each of them, because like the only pertinent information here in a prescripted event is which of the two event types it is. So like we can't just go with like general categories, because like, well, I mean, we could. I just don't want to. So like the difference between event type 1 and event type 0 will be subtle, but it'll be there. And the same thing with event types event types like 2 and 3, 4 and 5, etc. Actually, I didn't have to say etc. because that was literally all of them. But okay. So then else if else if curve dot type equals 1, blah blah. So do this for all of them. Actually, the last one can just be an else, because there are only 6 options. There are only 6 possibilities. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and else. Okay. So yeah, how do I want this to go? Event types. Excuse me. Sorry. I just for symmetry, I might want to change these to be 2, 3, 0, 1, 5, and the last one is implicitly 4. 4. Yeah, because like 2 and 4 are the extreme. So in the extreme case, like I don't know, Trusty Bard he'll be like, oh, better pick one, better pick one, and stick with it. Better pick just one. Better pick just exactly one. Just exactly one. Just one. No, I don't. That's not actually what I was gonna say. But then event type 3 is like which like I don't know, like what is this gonna be? It's like so like sorry, I'm not actually thinking about what this should be. What I'm thinking about right now is the difference between event type 0 and 1, because I was thinking like 0 it'd be like like pick the like pick the winning horse or something. No, like but like pick pick a winner sort of thing. And then then I started thinking about like the expected outcomes, like the average expected outcomes, and like the I don't know. Like if I'm really playing up on this like spectrum, on this like on the like the like the duality of like the one versus all, like I kind of want the like okay, so yeah, one thing I was thinking of doing with event type 0 was making it so that the expected outcome was 50% by making it so that one of the one of the one of the outcomes was always perfect. Right now one of the outcomes is always perfect, and the other two are not nice or perfect. I was thinking of making it so one's always perfect, one's always nice, and the other's not, and that way the expected outcome would be 50%. Because right now the expected outcome for one event type 1 is 50%, because they're all random, and they all have an expected outcome of 50%. So, um, huh. I guess I guess yeah, so no so yeah, so for both of these messages, like Trusty Bard should like convey like some uh uh yeah, like I don't know, like who knows which way the uh uh no, yeah, so I don't know, like uh right, so Trusty Bard will say something very unhelpful in these cases, not because he's trying to be unhelpful, but because like you can't really be helpful in the case that the event is random. Oh, you know what I could do later if I wanted to? For ad lib events, I could make it so that like first you pick the category, then you pick the event type. But no, okay. I can worry about that later. So like, so no, for event type 0, um, uh, maybe I'll use an analogy like each time, like a folksy, Like something. I like it when Trusty Bard is like, I don't know. I just like it if Trusty Bard is kind of a slightly laughable character, I guess. I like that. In fact, I don't mind it. I Yeah. So right. So uh yeah. So the type of thing that like in Event Type Zero, like I don't know, like who knows uh which way the wind will blow. Um, or like so for event type one. Uh, so like uh, I don't know, like your guess is as good as mine. For event type five, uh, yeah, for event type five, event type five is a little bit weird, because like with event type five is like the the event type five is slightly greedy. There's been like, well, no, it's about delimited resources, but like because it's about limited resources, like um, there's always been like a dimension of greed to it. I don't necessarily want to play up on that aspect of it though. I want to play up on the, I don't know. I guess like so like yeah, like uh what is it? Like all right, so like uh it's also the hipster event. It's the one where like you succeed if you pick the unpopular option. Um so uh so like what is the like what is like the the format for this message though? Like what I'm like jotting down here, the notes I'm jotting down here are like roughly what the message is meant to convey. But like how literally is this message like delivered? Like what Trusty Bard is actually saying here is like it's supposed to be like, you know, an update, like an early indication, like how things might play out. So like so really I guess what we'd want is something it's not just like your guess is as good as mine, but like he should literally be setting the stage of uh like how will this turn out? Uh, uh, your guess is as good as mine. I guess that's like kind of the whoops typo. That's kind of like the question that that Trusty Bard is trying to answer here. So how will this turn out? Like uh, oh, I wonder hmm uh so right so this this one is like this one is so clearly not actually how it's gonna be, but like uh on the other end of the spectrum, it's like better cover all bases. That's like roughly the goal. Yeah, I guess like I don't know, advice. Like maybe this is coming across as advice, not just like how will this turn out, but like any of the above. I guess would be fine. I also probably don't just want one of these. I probably want to have like at least a few, so that Trusty Bard doesn't sound so super uh, repetitive. Like I don't know. If there's literally just one per possible outcome, then it'd get kind of old, just to hear it again and again. So, uh, all right. So like uh, uh, which I mean, oh yeah, this is the other thing is that like I can actually slant this message based on like what like the current like how it looks, how the current outcome looks. Like based on like what's currently winning. Uh we could have we could have this message change. So like for example, if it's event type 2 and the vote is split, like there could be a different message for that scenario. Actually, maybe that's more the way to go. I was thinking of doing both of those things. Like I was thinking of starting with like a message to indicate the event type, and then elaborating. I could do either or both. Like it doesn't super matter. But yeah, okay. So curve. So like which uh, I don't know. I don't know which I'll prefer. So I should probably try both. That's usually the correct answer. So I also won't. Like uh, which so like which one will uh, or like I don't know. Maybe he'll just be very literal. Like only one can win. Uh, uh, which uh, what's I don't know like what I'm just gonna like put in like really temp things just so I can like get past it and flush out that other half of the thing because like who knows uh, uh, I might get rid of these altogether, so I really shouldn't be spending time like getting them good. I mean, it's good to think about like what is overall like Trusty Bard trying to convey here, but I don't have to go crazy oops, with like getting the wording quite right. It doesn't have to be production ready, I guess. Um, uh, uh, I mean, for this one, I basically want to do the exact opposite message, like what's unpopular. Uh, uh, maybe instead I'll say what's because it's not like what's unpopular. It's like what's untapped. Like uh, so like uh, this one's difficult. I don't know about this one. Um, uh, I'll uh, I I mean 0 and 1. I'm also not like uh, uh, I'm not thrilled. I mean, like I want to change these as well. I'm not gonna get hung up on this though. Uh, I don't even want to. I don't even want to phrase these as questions because I don't want to like. I don't want to like. Uh, right. All right. So this will just be a quick state. This will just be like. Yeah. I should basically. You know what? I should basically be copying the statements that I wrote for the like the descriptions like what was it either like the event submission thing like because like really this is like what I'm trying to convey the same thing that I put on this form about like the most chosen action may succeed, each action may succeed if popular enough. Like this is like I don't know, I guess I basically am just trying to say these exact same things but in Trusty Bard's like how Trusty Bard would say it. Only one can win out. Uh, uh, I don't know, like the popular uh, options will succeed. Uh, 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 Hmm. So the odd thing about putting event type 0 and 3 up against each other is that event type 0 is almost more focused than event type 3. So maybe that's another reason to bring event type 0 to be not quite as like tightly uh huh. I mean, I was thinking I could like actually change the event types. Like I could change event type 1 to work differently, but I don't necessarily want to do that. Because I was thinking I could change it so that event type 1 like rolls one die for, instead of rolling one die for each outcome. No, I prefer it to roll one die for each outcome. So uh uh yeah, I probably will do that. That thing that I said with event type 0, I probably will do it where event type 0 will just if there are three options for event type 0, one of them will be nice. One of only one of them will still be perfect, but one of them will be nice, which is a little weird. But like in the case of like the cricket race, like maybe the nice one is the second place cricket, and in the case of like the uh, betrayal in the courtroom, maybe the other one is is like maybe you found like a minor infraction for like I don't know. I'm not even gonna really like worry too much about it. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. It's just I think that'll be better balanced for the game because then I can just say uh, yeah, no, maybe I will even leave. Maybe I will leave that one like the one and zeros as like vague. Um, uh, I don't like I said though I don't want to be asking direct questions because I don't want to imply that players like need to do something here. Players don't need to do anything here. They can do something if they want to, but they can decline to do things here if they don't want to. Uh, 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 so who knows which way the wind will blow? Uh, so I'll just say like how this will turn out. Your guess is as good as mine. And then so the popular options will succeed. I don't know. Like I'm happier with this stuff. I'm not super psyched. I will probably want to come back and rewrite this stuff eventually. Uh, uh, better cover all bases, and I'll probably change. I should just leave these like yeah I'm just gonna stop these because I'm probably gonna change these again after I write the other possible outcomes. So like what are the possible outcomes for event type 2? So the possible outcomes are so if I'm just gonna write like pseudocode here. Um, if if perfect uh, if perfect then I mean I'm writing pseudocode, but it's actually like Python can actually parse this pseudocode because I'm just using strings and stuff. Um, so if perfect, then then uh, 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 yeah. So Trusty Bard can say like only one can win out. It, so like so I'll say like I don't know like uh, so like winning or like winner uh, looks like uh, uh, looks like the uh, safe bet, I guess. I don't know. Or like the smart choice. Um, and then so else if so yeah so uh, Yeah, I guess I do basically I basically at this juncture I have to do like basically all the calculations. Oh, hey Zinkler, how's it going? Welcome. We're doing well. We're going in a fun, weird direction. That's kind of been the theme of the week, is like just going in a weird direction and like seeing what the game turns into as a result. So we're doing it again today. This time we're changing we're changing weird stuff. um, uh, so all right, let's say so if right so in the case that so in the case of n type 2, it could be that at the midpoint, it looks like, yeah, we basically have to run all the calculations that we would run to determine the actual outcome of the event, because we're basically like in the midpoint where um, we're going to huh. Yeah, as I was writing this, it just occurred to me, like, if when Trusty Bard says, like, looks like such and such is a smart pick, then, I mean, for one thing, he's not going to say this very often, because it's not, well, I don't know. Yeah, no, sometimes it is really easy and obvious, and, like, there is a smart and obvious choice. Um, uh, uh, and in that case, like, that event is just relatively easy. Like, when people are on the same page, like, event type 2 is really easy. Um, Yeah. All right. Well. Okay. So, so in the case that it's turning out perfect, he'll just Trusty Bard will just say it. He'll just say it looks like this one's a smart pick. Actually, you know what I might want to do is not do that. I don't know. I don't know. Cause like, yeah, like if Trusty Bard says it, like I feel like that's like basically like like clinching it, like securing like the uh uh I don't know. Well, I'll worry about that more later. But it's right. So if it's not going perfectly, but it is going nice, then uh, then I guess Trusty Bard will say something along the lines of like so winner looks like a smart choice. So then like I don't know. It could be like winner. So winner is just placeholder for winner's just placeholder for whatever action happens to be winning out at that time. So then so winner looks like a smart choice. So winner like could be the way to go. Uh, oh, the other thing about these like action tags is that like they're really like they could represent like any part of the language. Like they could be a verb, it could be a noun. So like I don't know. So like winner in this case could be like light could be a way to go, could be the way to go. What are like some of the other examples? I think we jot some of them down in the was it the raw event data. It's like I think this is like some examples of like other. It's like kick could be the way to go. Beer could be the way to go. Shout could be the way to go. Games could be the way to go. Food could be the way to go. Gawk could be the way to go. I guess that's fine. Poofy could be the way to go. I don't know. Maybe maybe like I'll actually like maybe Trisha Bard will actually like put quotation marks around it or something. Uh nah, this is fine. I won't worry about it. There's not gonna be any way to like parse that language to get it quite right. All right, so yeah, so it could be that it could be a uh, it could. So then there's also the case that that nothing is going well. Uh, uh, so like none. In that case, like I guess Trusty Bard would say like only one can win out. And then I don't know. Maybe he could say like it's a dead heat so far. Uh, it's a uh, uh, maybe this is the situation uh, where where Trusty Bard will like literally tell you like like you're doing it wrong. Like you better make up your minds. Uh, or like better. Actually, no, it's not even that. It's not even about making up your minds. But it's a dead heat. Better come to an agreement, or better find an agreement. It's a dead heat so far. Better find an agreement soon, I guess. All right, so event type 3, the popular options will succeed. I guess like now that Trusty Bard is giving this like mid game report, I don't know. I might want to make the events a little more challenging because this might make the events too easy. It might just be fine. It might just be that this was like a nice thing that the game kind of always needed, and I don't know. We'll see. So event type 3, the popular option will succeed. Oh, you know what? I could get a little wordier with this message on event type 0 and 1, because with event type 0 and 1, like there is no follow up. There's nothing else that Trusty Bard can say at this time because the winner hasn't been decided. So, yeah. All right. Popular options will succeed. Right. So right. The situations here are a little bit different because in these cases, there could be one that gets perfect. So, and if one gets perfect, yeah, if one gets perfect, then there's only one perfect one, and the others are not perfect, not nice. I was trying to think, is there a case where one can get perfect and the other can also get nice? But no, that's impossible. Because the criteria for perfect in event type 3 is actually really high. Like it's easier to get nice in event type 3, but it's harder to get perfect. It's really hard to get perfect. I think you need to get like 92% of the vote, which leaves very little of the vote for anything else. So if perfect, I don't know. Winner. So yeah, actually, I'm gonna actually change this. Because that language was a little more vague. I'm gonna use like harder language for event type for the extreme one. So instead of like a smart choice, it'll say winner looks like the best option. And in this case, like it's a little more open. It's like yeah, this one looks like a smart choice. Could be a smart choice. So in some contexts, this is going to turn out a little weird because, like, in this case, like, I'm pretty sure Trusty Bard might have said, like, beer could be a smart choice, which is, like, that's not great advice, Trusty Bard, but I don't know, that's just how the game works, so, not something to worry about. Alright, so if perfect, else if, single nice? Is it possible to get a single nice and the other one not nice? Yeah, it is. Because, like, if you get 90% of the vote, like, 90% of the vote's not 92% of the vote. So, single nice, in that case, so winner spelled correctly. Oh yeah, actually, I won't say it could be because I was using that for like slightly less definite language. Like this is actually, if anything, this is more definite. Um, I'll just say sounds like, I don't know. This is not very original. Looks like the best option. Sounds like a smart choice, but whatever. It gets the point across, which is debatably more important. And I can I can touch up the language later if needed. So so uh, so so winner uh, could be. I don't have to stick to that language. Like, the winner might prove popular. I don't know. And then so yeah, so then L if like there can be double nice is wait there can be triple nice actually. So maybe so I'll just say single nice or like multi nice. Like yeah. Is it? And then wait a second. No, not all three can be nice. All three can't be nice. No, yeah, right. No, it can be double nice. There's no such thing as like triple nice. Because if yeah no because you need 40% of the vote to get nice and the if it was even split it would be 33 33 33. So yeah no that can happen. So double nice uh, uh, so like so then in this case it would be like winner uh, or winner like or um, uh, other uh, could be or seem like fine options, I guess. Uh, and then lastly in this one there's also the fourth case of none. Uh, oh yeah, so this doesn't have to be an else. This is just an else none. So else none. We'll say uh, so in this case it's not like a dead heat. It's like um, uh, it's like it's more like uh, uh, there's uh, there's no clear uh, uh, leader, or like there's no clear choice. Um, there's no clear choice yet. Uh, or there's no clear preference yet. Um, uh, oh wait, I just I said popular choice in a row here. I'm saying the popular options will succeed. Um, then uh, I'll say like might be it. Right, because if I can use this, I can use these phrases as complementary too. It's like the popular option will succeed. I'm gonna not do options plural. I mean, it can be options plural, but whatever. The popular option will succeed. Winner sounds like a smart choice. The popular option will succeed. Winner might be it. Uh, uh, oh, I keep starting the sentence with these tags, but like I don't want to do that either. Uh, I don't necessarily want to end the sentence with them either, but between the two, I'd rather end the sentence. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna flip these all around. So I'm gonna say it's not a big deal. I just don't like starting a sentence with a hashtag, I guess, is what I'm saying. It looks like the best option is uh, looks like the best only one coming out. It looks like the best option is winner, uh, and this is still pseudocode, so I don't I'm being very picky with the formatting and stuff, but whatever. Uh, uh, um, so the way to go could be, and this is like awkwardly phrased now, but whatever. The way to go could be winner. I'll probably want to rephrase some of that stuff to be slightly less dumb sounding, but so it sounds like the smart choice is winner. It might be so the popular option will succeed. It might be winner. Winner or other. Oh, so right. Oh right, yeah. I was like, wait, what did I do for the other one? But there wasn't really another one. So I'll just say it seems. So it seems. I don't like starting sentences with it. I feel stupid when I start sentences with it. But whatever, trusty bard can sound stupid. I don't mind if you sound stupid, as long as I don't sound stupid. Seems like winner or other. Are fine options. Or actually, wait, no. Oh no, yeah. It seems like winner or other are fine options. Okay, that's whatever. There are no clear. Okay, so yeah. So in the case that the popular option will succeed, there's no clear preference yet. Oh, maybe it's actually fine to just right, because I don't know. Yeah, maybe this is fine. Like only one can win out. It's a dead heat so far. Uh, the popular option will succeed. There's no clear preference yet. That's fine. That's fine. Am I going to be giving more data than this? Like I could actually do the like the cross 50%, swing 50%, whatever. Like I could give that data too, or I could just um this could like this text that I'm like mocking up here, like only one can win out. It looks like the best option is so and so. Like maybe that's literally all Trusty Bard says. Um, uh, or I could do like the more elaborate, like detailed. Oh no, you know what I should do here is instead I should do I was gonna say I could give the breakdown for like one versus all. Um, but maybe I don't really need to. Maybe it's fine to just maybe it's fine to just leave that to the not leave it to the player's imagination, but just like leave it like we don't really need to like that's not the vital part. I think yeah, this is probably gonna be fun actually. All right, so yeah, so 0 and 1 are easy because in 0 and 1, who knows which way the wind will blow. Uh, 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 how this will turn out, your guess is as good as mine. Uh, I mean, that's a little bit. Maybe I will do the percentages thing, like the perfect cross, or not perfect. I won't say like perfect, nice or whatever. I'll just say like cross 50%. Oh wait, but if I don't say perfect, right. Like in the case that things aren't perfect and they aren't nice, that's when I don't I like that's when I leave them blank. So I'd probably, huh. Maybe this is fine. Maybe this is just fine. Maybe this is just entirely fine as it is. All right, I'll do. Uh, so okay, I'll come back to 5 because I still don't know how I'm gonna phrase that yet. But so for number 4, let's say with so like if so what, yeah, what are the cases here? If perfect, perfect means perfect across the board. Um, yeah, so if perfect